Hello everybody, it's Shaisa Alex de Reine, and today we are back in West of Loathing. Now, last time, if you remember, we did most of the quests that were available in Boring Springs, and today I said we were gonna go see what was up with Alice Closed MD, but I figure we can... I did a little looking after that recording and before this one to see what I could find about, like, even the soap that the Sheriff asked for, but we're gonna go into the horse reef right now to see if he has anything to say about anything. I don't know how you spotted her. I don't remember his voice. I don't know how you spotted her hiding in that mine, but thanks for sending back my dark horse. Sure thing. Looks like my pale horse made it back safe. Thanks for your help. Anytime. Thanks for finding my crazy horse. He was eating loco weed again, wasn't he? Not that I noticed. That's all of them. I can't thank you enough. Here's a little extra for you. Thanks. Afternoon, sir. What can I do for you? You said something earlier about an injury, or can you sell me a horse? Just browsing. I'll ask about the injury, because that might be what gets me to the doctor. Yeah, I busted my knee while mucking out the showroom. Don't ask how. It's embarrassing. I was gonna get Doc Alice to have a look at it, but she gave up doctoring. Why'd she do that? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. She shut herself up in her office. Said she wouldn't talk to anyone except Nurse Whiskey. Is that an actual nurse, or I'm pretty sure she was just being sarcastic. I see. That was silly sounding. This is the most typical horse. Uncomfortable. You look directly at her. Pale horse. Absurdly pale. Madness that dances on the void. I wonder if that triggers us being able to see Doc Alice. Yeah. Whiskey delivery for you, Doc. What brand? Nurse Whiskey? Your favorite, I'm led to believe. Didn't know she made house calls. Alright, hold on. You hear a rattle and she unlocks the door. Enter the house. You look very sad. Doc Alice looks to be about in her 50s, her hair graying and her face is lined, but her eyes are still clear and sharp, if bloodshot. She holds out her hand. Whiskey! Stat! I'm gonna not give it to you. She scowls at you. What the hell did I let you in here then for? You shrug. This vanity doesn't look like it sees much use. Preen a little. You grab a pair of tweezers and pluck some of your more unsightly eyebrows. Hey Doc, can I look at your books? Not until you give me the whiskey you promised me. Okay, fine. What about... She's really compulsive about cleaning or she never cooks. I agree. Why does a doctor have so much TNT anyway? Fine, I'll give you your whiskey. That one. She cracks open the bottle and fills a small flask she takes out of her pocket. Then she puts the flask back in her pocket and starts chugging out of the bottle. Geez, Doc, that doesn't seem healthy. Who's the doctor here, me or you? Okay, point taken. No. Hey, Doc, can I look at your books? Sure, if you want to. Not that they're going to do you much good in this dune-forsaken hellhole. You should try being less cheerful, Doc. Check out the books. The Legend of... You survey the books on Alice's shelf. They're all medical textbooks except for a few. Leaf through the Legend of Curly's Meat. I wonder what that's about. Leaf through the Life and Works of Fred Ferguson. And leaf through the Goblinoid Tongues. A primer. Goblinoid Tongues sound like goblin tongue. Oh, hey! Goblin tongue. That's kind of funny. Hold on. You start flipping through the goblin language book. It's confusing at first, but you eventually get so engrossed that by the time you take a break from reading, several blurfs have passed. And you also know that blurf is the goblin word for hour. You've learned to speak goblin, sort of. You speak a little bit of goblin, at least enough to order a beer, which is the important thing. Let's read Curly's Meat. The book tells the story of a legendary treasure, a massive chest full of premium meat secreted in the hidden sense, not the extruded sense. In the western desert by an old cowhand named Curly Butterfield. Will I remember that? I'll try to remember that. Leaf through the life works of Fred Ferguson. The book purports to be a Civil War surgeon's autobiography, but flipping through it, you mostly find lists of reasons that drinking alcohol is bad. So, it's actually a work of ludicrous speculative fiction. Haha. At least there are some useful appendices in the back and some diagrams of appendices. Got my mysticality leveled up. Make like a tree and leaf. Doc Alice continues to pour whiskey down her neck, occasionally stopping to breathe. Is everything all right? That depends on how fast I can get this whiskey into my bloodstream compared to how fast my liver filters it out. And I can't talk and drink at the same time, so she glares at you meaningfully. So, what's the matter, Doc? What's the matter? The whole world's gone to hell in a horse cart, and you ask what's the matter? Bandits? Cow demons? Dead men walking? Why don't you go ahead and pick one, and I'll drink to that. Dead men walking? You haven't seen it? Corpses and skeletons staggering around like puppets with half their strings cut, looking to take a bite out of living. Oh yeah, there's a skeleton in the cemetery. It's nice to get some outside confirmation that I'm not losing my damn mind. But how is that even possible? It isn't possible. It goes against everything I know about medicine. Dead patients don't get back up. Patients? Oh. Ouch. I mean, with that TNT in the corner, I believe it. Doc Alice turns away, grimacing. Every doctor loses one now and again. You never get used to it, but, well, it happens. But what doesn't happen is them coming back afterwards looking for revenge. That must be pretty rough. Rough? Buddy, I don't think you comprehend the situation. It's not just patients, it's neighbors, friends, husbands. Oh. Indeed. She turns away from you and focuses her attention back on the bottle. What now? Do you have any idea what's causing? No, I want to know about the TNT. It's so when I feel like I'm about to go, I can blow myself into bits so small there won't be nothing left to come back. That seems drastic. Drastic? Hell, no way am I taking the risk of becoming one of those things. Fair enough, I suppose. Come back. Do you have any idea what's causing the resurrections? Well, I heard a rumor. A rumor? What is it? It's when you get an incomplete information from an unverified source. Anyway, what I heard is that there's a fella out there that's causing it. A necromancer, they call him. Supposedly he's sending magic out into the world somehow. Magic like the beanslingers use? Like me? I'm a beanslinger. My name is Alex. Hello? I never heard of any beanslinger raising the dead. Have you? Her scowl deepens. That'd be one hell of a can of beans. Is there anything else? What now? About that necromancer. Assuming he exists, what about him? Well, maybe someone ought to try and stop him? Doc Alice gives you a sharp look. You? Because I know you ain't talking about me. Why not you? A gray-haired old woman that knows as much about fighting as a squirrel knows surgery? Did you hit your head on a bar stool, kid? You aren't that old. And if I were going to pick someone to go up against a necromancer, it'd be someone who also knows about death, but in a scientific way. A doctor, right? Doc Alice stares hard at you and takes a swig from her bottle, saying nothing. And it sounds to me like you've got plenty of motivation to get the job done. For your friends and everyone. She continues to look at you. You can see the gears turning in her head. Beats doing nothing anyway. I understand that. Beats locking yourself in a house full of TNT and drinking yourself to death. You aren't even doing any doctoring anymore. She winces and looks away, then shakes her head slowly. You seriously expect me to ride out west by myself chasing a rumor? Doesn't have to be by yourself. I'm heading west too. Tag along with me and maybe we can find a guy and put a stop to him. It's crazy. Impossible. Impossible like raising the dead is impossible? Alex crosses her arms and regards you thoughtfully. A spark slowly brightens in her eye. Alright, kid. What the hell? Let's give it a shot. Cool, yo. Coolio. Okay. And now, 1946. I can go talk to the goblin in his native tongue. Hello. The goblin shouts, I'm Gary! Hi, Gary? Hi! Hi, hello! Hello! Hi! Hi, hello, hello, I am Gary. Who are you? Introduce yourself. Well, I'm Alex. Hello, hello, Alex. Good to meet you. What Alex doing down here? Be polite or be... I'd probably be polite. Oh, you know, I'm just looking around. Oh, hey, oh, Gary likes to looking too. Gary now looking for a way out of this dump. Gary not having much luck, though. Where are you trying to go, Gary? High away, and far up for popping. Popping, and then new Gary everywhere. Everywhere, everywhere. Settle down, Gary. I love his little picture. Settle down, Gary. Gary doesn't likes to settling. Gary wants to traveling and popping. If Alex going far up and high away, maybe taking Gary with you, eh? Eh? Are you Canadian? I'll think about it. Oh, hey, oh, it's you. Gary traveling with you far up and high away, going. I'll let you know, Gary. God. Okay, now I believe all I need to do is get some soap. See you later, Pete. I already read that. You, can I wake you up? Nope. You already plumbed the depths. I think I just need to get a horse, I guess. I don't know anything about soap. How do you manage to scare up a lock for my cell? I'm still looking. I wonder where I can get some soap. Step right up, yeah. I'll take some dynamite for this needle. Braid, which is so not a name, takes your needle and hands you a stick of dynamite. Be careful with this now. You got an item. Dynamite. I want soap. I wonder if... I feel like Alice should have some soap. The only place that had soap from before was the Fricker Gang. And they're gone now. I looked everywhere else. I guess I don't know. I guess there's nothing else for me to do. So I will go buy a horse for 1,000 meat. Can you sell me a horse? Sure thing. I should warn you though, horses get mighty attached to their riders. Once you bought one, you won't be able to change your mind later. Which one are you interested in? The boring one, the shifty one, the spooky one, or the crazy one? I like the spooky one, kind of. Yeah, give me the spooky one. Good choice. Good choice. That's a good horse if you like that sort of thing. I'll sell her for 1,000 meat. What sort of thing? You know, spooky stuff. Spooky stuff? I don't want to get into particulars. Let's just say she sets a certain tone. Ooh, mysterious. I'll take her. Thanks. Here's the keys. Ride safe. Give her a name. Tina? Nah. I don't know. What's a good name for Alex de Reine's horse? I have the perfect one. Potu! There's actually a story behind this. Apparently there was a horse, like a racehorse or something, named... The owner wanted to name it Potato or something like that. And when he told the person writing the name down, he called it Potatoes. And gave the name 8 O's. So they were looking for the name like Potato. But the guy took it potato with the letter like 8. Oh, potato. So I'm gonna give it Potu. I like Potu. I think that's funny. Yeah. Alright then, Potu the horse. It's got a nice ring to it, I believe that is true. Oh, I almost completely forgot. Free with every horse purchase is a complimentary map. You got an item. Southeast West map. Thanks! Oh boy, that was loud and horsey. I don't think there's anything else for me to do in Boring Springs. I might be wrong. I'm just a guy wearing a hat and a ring with no pants or boots. I am in great shape right now. Okay, I guess we're once you leave Boring Springs, you won't be able to come back. Any unfinished business you've got will forever remain unfinished. Are you sure you're ready to leave? I don't know if who should I bring? Gary? I'm thinking either Gary or Doc Alice. Susie Cochran hasn't really given me anything to work on. Doc Alice at least has some sort of personality. And Gary is just fun. I think I have to do Gary. I like Gary. He's cute. Come on, Gary. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. This way. Yes! I can bring Crazy Pete, Doc Alice, Susie Cochran, or Gary the Goblin. Gotta go with Gary. Once you leave Boring Springs, Alrighty then, you're properly horsed and ready to start your new life in the West. All you need now is a partner. Someone to share the trail with. Somebody you can rely on for emotional combat and support. Emotional and combat support. Who will you take with you? I chose Gary. You head back to the saloon's basement and smuggle Gary out under your coat. Oh, one last thing before you go. Up until this point, I've been automatically spending your experience points for you. I'm happy to keep doing it, and I promise to give you a nice, well-rounded experience. Shall I keep it up, or would you prefer to decide for yourself where your XP gets spent? You can always change this later in the options menu. I want to do it manually. I like doing that. Okay, you now have the option of turning yourself into some kind of unbalanced weirdo if you want. Open your character screen when you want to spend XP. You consult the Southeast West map the Hostler gave you. It only lists 2 things, the town of Dirtwater and the Manifest Destiny Railroad Company's westernmost camp. You discover a new map location, the town of Dirtwater, and you discovered, I already said that. Gary! Hey there, Gary! Wanting more goblins meeting? Gary is hearing about goblins and fort nearby. You discovered a new map location. No, that wasn't his voice before, was it? Yeah. Fort Cowardice. Okay. Well, what do you think we should do next? West to going fast? Okay, a big iron snake to riding. So fast taking us. A big... You mean the train? Yes, asking the training mans. Okie dokie. Potu. Winnies as you approach. Calm her mane. She neighs with a whispering gratitude. Leave her alone. I see a spittoon. This is a spittoon, which is sort of a brass bucket that people spit into instead of spitting on the floor, because not spitting at all is not an option in this society, I guess. I say this despite knowing that you're pretty intimately familiar with spittoons already, sicko. Expect it. Look, the Jewel Saloon is pretty nice as saloons go. Actual glass in the windows, more than 2 kinds of drinks, a poker room instead of a cockfighting pit. But this spittoon is still a spittoon. The rancid tobacco spit inside isn't fancy rancid tobacco spit. Expect it. Gross. Sigh. I was right. That music does turn backwards. Sigh, here we go again. Alright, fine. You're now hunkered down next to a brass filth bucket, which has probably never been cleaned or emptied because you're near the desert and the low ambient humidity around here is pretty low. Low enough that the spit evaporates nearly as quickly as it accumulates. So that's good, right? No, that's bad. Because it's only the water part of the spit that evaporates. The brass bucket is half full of the rest of the spit. The toxins and filth that don't evaporate. Several years worth. Distilled and concentrated until it's the consistency of molasses. People aren't allowed to flick cigarette butts into the spittoon anymore because they bounce out. That's disgusting. Search. You're about to put your hand into a bucket of something. The color and viscosity of maple syrup. Except instead of maple, it's flavored with the inside of the mouths of people who chew cigars instead of smoking them and have never brushed their teeth. Ugh. Yeah. Gorp. Feels like putting your hand into a bucket of lukewarm tapioca pudding. Except instead of tapioca, it's basically poison. It smells like someone ran over a skunk, waited a week, and then set it on fire. It feels like your hand is dissolving. Keep going. You found something. You found a tacky, filth-covered porcelain cow figurine. A useless, disgusting thing that will make a great heirloom for your children. Assuming you're still able to have any, and you hate them. Hooray! Let's cheer. Oh god, somebody just spit it. You have to hold this little porcelain cow upside down because it's filled with, ugh, gross. And you don't want it to spill out the little hole on the bottom. Spell damage, muscle moxie. Melee attack damage and spell damage. Yeah, I think the cow is better. Is there anything else I can use? No, I don't think there is. What is this? Didn't. Hello. Alright. Goodbye. Hello. No. Well, howdy there! Always nice to see a new face in town. Welcome to the Jewel Saloon. Hi, thanks. I'm Alex. Glad to know you, Alex. Folks around here just call me Lloyd. Lil Lloyd. What can I do for you? Nice to meet you, Lil Lloyd. I saw the sign out front advertising a room. That's right. Finest room in the house and plenty of room for your partner, too. You interested? How much does it cost? Well, that's where you're in luck. The previous tenant was a banker fella, and he paid a month in advance right before getting himself killed by bandits. You seem like a decent sort, so the room's yours if you want it. Gratis. Wow. Great. So I guess it's my room now. Howdy, Alex. Anything I can get for you? Hey, Lloyd. Need any help with anything? Well, if you're handy with mechanical type stuff, something's gone wrong with our piano player. I thought the music sounded a little off. Yeah, it's not supposed to sound like that. I'll see what I can do. Thanks! I'd have poked around in it myself, but I lost the key. This is suddenly taking a strange turn. The old man stares off into the distance, listening to the piano. Try to talk to him. He doesn't react to you at all. The piano player is not very good at his job. Try to fix him. You lift up the piano player's coat to reveal the hatch on his back that leads to his innards. It's locked, but it's not a very good lock. Pick the lock. You pick the lock. You open the hatch and check out the machinery inside. There's obviously something wrong, given all the plinking and sproinging and clicking noises coming out of the gears and stuff. It looks pretty complicated. Ah! I see what's wrong. Of course I see what's wrong. I'm a mystic. You recalibrate some springs and rearrange some gears. The machinery inside starts operating smoothly. The music improves immediately. Nothing to it. Nice. These guys are having a spirited discussion about guns and which of theirs is nicer. The man points to the sign on the counter. Slop. 5 meat. Don't want some slop. See bartender for darts. Okay. I like darts. I wonder how many times I have to get it before I get more cowbell. I'm gonna mash it. Well, that's disappointing. Had to. Let's see the kitchen. This lady is too busy washing dishes to pay attention to you. The shelf is full of canned and bottled ingredients and boxes of slop helper. Gross. Hi. What are you doing in here? Employees only, bud. Oh, sorry. I was just, looking around. So you're the nosy top, eh? Well, I prefer adventuresome. As it happens, there's something you can do for me. I'm out of saltpeter, and I need someone to go pick me up some more. Saltpeter? Isn't that used to make gunpowder? And other things. Look, who's the chef here? Me or you? Okay, where can I find it? Your best bet's a military camp, because it's used to make gunpowder. Shut up! The nearest one is Fort Cowardice. They keep it in little green jars. Okay, be right back. He's still staring blankly off into space, listening to the piano. I wonder. Poker room. The poster says rules of poker, followed by hundreds of weird rolls in tiny print. Kings are wild, and tens of clubs are double. Two twos of spades beat three aces, but can't be in the same hand as an eight of hearts. Alright. What is this about? I don't want to play with these guys. Table is full up. Table. Alright, fine. I'll play with you guys. You sit down at the poker table. A dealer emerges from somewhere in the back and sits down next to you. The lady on your right introduces herself as Edith, and the player to your left says his name is Frank. The dealer tells you that the ante is 20 meat. Ante up. The dealer gives you the deck to shuffle and gives the deck a shuffle and then deals. A hand of cards glides across the table to you. It's a really great hand. A pair of twos of spades and 4 fours of clubs. It's the first round. The pot is 60 meat, and you estimate your chances of winning are at around 40%. Gumptiously raise. You wink at Frank and plop 20 more meat down on the table. It's the second round of betting. The pot is 120 meat, and you estimate your chances of winning at around 40%. Glamorously strategize or check. I'll check. You check and start inspecting your fingernails. Plus 10% win chance. Edith glares at you and checks. Frank grumbles and taps the table. It's the last round of betting. Time to do or die. The pot is 120 meat, and you estimate your chances of winning are at around 50%. Forcefully raise. Forcefully strategize. Forcefully raise. You place 20 meat on your bicep and then flex, causing it to spring onto the table. Reveal your cards. Edith has a California flush. Frank grins and reveals his ham, and a Mexican flush. You win. You gather your haul. You gain 180 meat. The dealer announces that the ante has been raised to 25. I'm gonna walk away. 'Cause I don't want to get shot. Let's see, is there anything else for me to do in here for now? I can talk to Gary. These guys must have fallen asleep during a brawl. Gary! Not Gary. This is Gary! What do you think of the Jewel Salon, Gary? Nice place, many people, Gary, betting the basement is much nicer than in Boring Springs. Yeah, they probably don't want people going in their basement. Aw. Sorry. Let's go into the guest rooms. Look at yourself in the mirror. Insult yourself. You call yourself a four-flushing, vulture-sniffing jerk. You gain an effect. Angry. What does it do? Wow. You're madder than a hornet. If your anger level gets higher than 1, you'll pass out from rage. Wow, only 1? Alright, there's a postcard on this table. Take it. Blank postcard. What does it do? This is a blank postcard. Maybe you should write your family back home. In case you don't know how the mail works, you send these by going to a building called a post office and giving it to the correspondence wizard who works there. Okay, I'll do that, because that's what I'm supposed to do, right? Is this Gary's bed then? Yes, it is. Alright, guys. Well, I guess I didn't do a whole lot today. I feel like I did some. We got out of Boring Springs. We banged on a cowbell a bunch, and now I've got to call it. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more West of Loathing. And we will see you in the next one. Talk to you later.